In the ancient land of Egypt, a civilization of grandeur and power thrived along the banks of the mighty Nile. Under the rule of a powerful Pharaoh, the Israelites lived as an oppressed people, forced into back-breaking labor to build the monuments and cities that glorified their rulers. Pharaoh, fearing that the growing population of the Israelites might one day rise against him, issued a cruel decree. Every newborn male among the Israelites was to be killed at birth. This order cast a shadow of fear over the community, as mothers clung to their newborn sons, desperately trying to hide them from the soldiers who patrolled the streets. In the midst of this darkness, a woman from the tribe of Levi gave birth to a boy. She felt a deep, divine certainty that her child was destined for something greater. For 3 months, she hid him from the eyes of Pharaoh's guards. But when she could no longer keep him safe, she followed an inspiration from God. She placed her infant son in a small woven basket, sealing it with tar and pitch to keep it afloat, and gently set it on the flowing waters of the Nile. As the basket drifted down the river, the baby's sister, Miriam, followed from a distance, watching anxiously. By the will of God, the basket floated towards the gardens of Pharaoh's palace, where the Pharaoh's wife, Asiya, noticed it among the reeds. When she opened the basket, she saw the crying baby and felt a wave of compassion. "This is a blessed child," she whispered. Ignoring the danger of defying her husband's order, she declared, "He shall be raised here, as my own son." Moses grew up surrounded by the splendor of Egypt: golden halls, marble floors, servants, and fine clothes. He was taught the knowledge of the Egyptians, trained in their ways, yet deep in his heart, he never forgot the people from whom he came. One day, as a young man, Moses walked among the laborers and saw an Egyptian taskmaster brutally beating an Israelite slave. Rage filled his heart. In defense of the oppressed man, Moses struck the Egyptian, but the blow proved fatal. Realizing the gravity of what he had done and fearing Pharaoh's punishment, Moses fled into the desert, leaving behind the only home he had ever known. For many days and nights, he wandered through the barren wilderness until he reached the land of Midian. There, by a well, he came to the aid of shepherd women being harassed by strangers. Among them was Zipporah, the daughter of a respected elder named Jethro, who later gave her hand in marriage to Moses. Moses began a new life as a humble shepherd, far from the grandeur of Egypt. Years passed until one day, while tending his flock near Mount Sinai, Moses noticed a strange sight: a bush engulfed in flames. Yet the fire did not consume it. As he approached, a voice called to him from within the fire. "Moses! Moses!" He answered, "Here I am." The voice said, "I am your Lord. Remove your sandals, for you are standing on sacred ground. I have chosen you to deliver my people from Pharaoh's oppression." Trembling, Moses expressed his doubts, fearing he was not eloquent enough to confront a king. But God reassured him and gave him signs, his staff turning into a serpent, his hand becoming radiant with light, and promised that his brother Aaron would speak alongside him. Obedient to the divine call, Moses returned to Egypt. Standing once more in the halls of Pharaoh's palace, he declared, "Thus says the Lord, let my people go." But Pharaoh's pride was unshakable. He laughed at Moses and accused him of sorcery. Then began a series of signs and plagues, the Nile turning to blood, swarms of locusts and frogs, darkness covering the land, each one a warning from God. Yet Pharaoh's heart grew only harder until the final plague struck: the death of the firstborn in every Egyptian household. It was this tragedy that finally broke his resistance. In the dead of night, Moses gathered the Israelites and led them out of Egypt. Carrying what little they could, they moved swiftly toward freedom. But Pharaoh, full of rage at their escape, pursued them with his army of chariots. Soon, the Israelites found themselves trapped between Pharaoh's forces and the waters of the Red Sea. Panic spread through the crowd. Some cried, "We are doomed." But Moses, standing tall with faith in his heart, lifted his staff as God had commanded. The wind roared, and the waters began to part, rising like massive walls on either side, leaving a dry path through the sea. The Israelites hurried across, the sound of chariots thundering behind them. When the last of them reached the far shore, Moses lowered his staff, and the waters crashed down, swallowing Pharaoh's army. The people stood in awe, safe at last, their hearts overflowing with gratitude. The story of Prophet Moses is not just a tale from ancient history. It is a timeless reminder that with faith, patience, and courage, even the greatest obstacles can be overcome. And so, the journey of Moses continues to inspire millions around the world.